up. It's fine.
All right, guys. So I came here to the one of my favorite restaurants in the town. Today's Thursday, and I'm here with my bestie. So the first order of the day is to just go through some details about the birthday party, and we have to go to the location to make sure that we get it. It looks the way we want it to look. Visualize, take some pictures. So now I'm having breakfast because obviously I didn't buy food. I don't have anything to cook in the house. So came here for a little healthy-ish breakfast, and after that we go to the location. So this was the location that I had been dreaming about for weeks before even arriving in Mozambique. And I wanted my party to happen on the top deck, as you can see here. However, it was already booked for a party that was going to take over the whole top deck. And I didn't see any other area in which I would want my party. So this location was scratched. In hindsight, it was a blessing in disguise because it would be very hard for me to customize that top deck area. I wouldn't be able to put balloons, I wouldn't be able to do anything. My guests would just come, sit down, eat. And I doubt that I would even be able to create group interactions with my guests because if there was a party downstairs, which they were also booked for downstairs, it was a children's party, the music from the children's party would definitely take over. So I'm glad this place didn't work out. Although it's beautiful, it wasn't meant to be. So welcome to day 2 of my budget birthday planning. Last time after we discussed, the brief stuff, we went to tour a few places that I really wanted, close to the sea, with the sea view and a nice breeze, and none of those places worked out. And then I toured a few more, only to realize that I should let go of the idea of having a rooftop party with the view to the sea. It's limiting myself in terms of space because all of the rooftop restaurants have very limited space, and I want my guests to be able to, walk around and go have private conversations if they feel like. None of those restaurants would give me that. So I was like, you know what, in hindsight, it's a great thing that they were all fully booked and I couldn't pay because I actually had the money to pay for one. And the lady was like, no, we have a party going on that day. So blessings on blessings, everything is a blessing in disguise. This morning I ended up going out and finding the perfect place. It's like a garage, it's the back of a house. They have enough space for me to put the decorations, they have enough space for me to do the buffet. The menu is great, basic food that everyone's gonna enjoy. So I finally found the place, and it's gonna be really fun to decorate that spot as well. So my bestie is coming here because obviously she's been the one helping me organize this thing. She's been the one touring venues even before I was here. We have a venue, we can literally just do the fun part. We just go through my Pinterest board, my 30th Pinterest board, and decide which ideas are realistic, which ones are not realistic, which ones we're gonna go forward with, and which ones I'm gonna leave maybe for my next birthday, maybe 35 or 40, I don't know. And then I think I'm gonna open the white screen and show you guys all the ideas we went through, why we took it, why we didn't, so that you also understand a little bit more of our thought process when it comes to deciding what makes it out of the mood board. Welcome to my Pinterest, everyone, the corner of the internet where I put all of my hair inspiration, some outfit inspiration, and I pin places that I would love to visit. This is my 30th birthday board, and this is the overview. Let's start from the bottom because that's where it all started, right? I'll leave my board linked in the description box in case you're looking for inspiration for yourself. So a few ideas that I really loved were the popsicles and the champagne. I thought that was beautiful, but unrealistic for me because I wouldn't be able to. You have to be able to make sure the popsicles don't melt. And I don't know. I thought of doing the cotton candy on champagne, but then I gave up on it because I was like, I wouldn't want to have my champagne be so sweet. So I scratched that idea as well. Fingers foods was the main idea for the party, but then I realized that finger foods are more expensive than a normal buffet because obviously each of them takes a lot more work to make. So then I scratched that because I was not trying to make things even more expensive. I love this idea of flowers on the ice cubes, but then I was like, you know what? That is so much effort for the aesthetics. At the end of the day, the ice is gonna melt and no one will remember really. And then I started pinning my birthday cakes. This was the main birthday cake that I really liked. That's when I decided that I wanted the theme of my party to be Hello Turkey. I was gonna have that probably on the cake or on the backdrop. Everything was inspired by this cake, and I also wanted to have dried plants on my cake. These pancake skewers were like the main reason why me and my friend were like, oh, let's do these by ourselves, because this is just so fun and this is something that I would love to eat at the birthday party. So this was definitely going to happen. This was my hair inspiration, as you will see on my next video in which I'm getting ready for the birthday. Then I saw these napkins and I thought they were really nice, but then I was like, you know what, people use a napkin and then they throw it away, and I decided to stick to the theme of my party, which would be Hello Turkey. When I saw these tables, I knew that I would have to rent these table mats because they add such a nice touch to the table. Then I started looking at backdrops and I thought that something round like this would be ideal because I love a circle. And then we decided that we were going to have popcorns as well, a basket exactly like this with sweet popcorns for everyone. Then for the cake, I realized that it would be super cool to have donuts under my cake on a cake stand. So not everyone gets to eat the cake, but they can also eat the donut and feel like they ate the cake. So I kept coming across beautiful, beautiful cakes with donuts like this, and I was super set on this idea. And lastly, it was this idea of printing some of my baby pictures and hanging it on the tree because there's a tree at the location, a banana tree. So I thought I could hang some of my pictures on ribbons like this, but let's see if it's gonna happen. For arrangements, I obviously decided that it would be dried flowers because I love dried flowers. So something like this would be nice. And yeah, this is my Pinterest board, and these were all the images that we took into consideration. Yesterday, after discussing the details with my bestie, aka co-planner, we went to the restaurant and we settled the menu with the lady. She was so sweet, and we are sure that the food is about to be delicious. We also requested her to make the fruit skewers and the mini pancake with Nutella skewers. She agreed to do that. She gave us a price, which seems fair. Those are going to look so beautiful on the cake table. We basically finalized the cake table. This is the rough sketch, but I'm going to make another sketch with you guys soon. And we realized that there's a lot of details. There's a lot of details that we have to make sure are in place. Otherwise, the photos are not going to give what they're supposed to be. Now, what I decided is that I need to make a little playbook. So I'm going to take A4 papers. Yesterday, I did the menu, like I did all the calculations for the menu. They are here. And I asked a few other friends, what they thought about including seafood or not. I ended up leaving seafood out. Hopefully, people are not going to miss seafood because there's a lot of other options of food that we went for. So now I'm gonna do one page for each category so that I know exactly what I need to buy and which suppliers I need to contact by tomorrow, because tomorrow is Wednesday and I don't want to be rushing on Saturday. On Saturday, I just want to pick things up and decorate everything, assemble everything. I don't want to be buying anything on Friday. So yeah, I still need to do my hair. I need to wash my hair. I need to get my braids done. I need to get my nails done. So Thursday and Friday, I'm going to leave for that. So tomorrow is the day where I should have all the materials and make sure all the things are like almost done. So I'm going to start now, and I think I'm going to time lapse this process or open a screen to explain with you guys in more detail. Let's start with the thing I'm most excited about, which is the cake table. This is supposed to be the main, the main effort when it comes to decor. So this is going to be the table. I already effed up that one. At the corners, I'm going to have baskets with the popcorns, the ones that you can see on the reference photo. I'm gonna have them on both corners. Those of you who are fanatic for drawing, I'm so sorry. So behind, we are going to have a stand with the coconut squares. And then this side, I want to have a stand with the chocolate squares. And then here, I want to have the fruit skewers. Here I want to have the mini pancake skewers. So then I need to make sure that I have, something to fill up here, a decoration, and then a decoration for this side and a decoration for this side. So I think I'm gonna try and buy 3 vases with brown leaves. Okay, so that is my cake table. Popcorn. We're gonna get it from the cinema. Hopefully there'll be no traffic. Khaki paper. Sorry about my handwriting. It's always been a mess and I love it. Cake squares. So that's that. That's this. Donuts order. The skewers, I'll leave it with her. And I also think I need to buy like a little bit of some fabric. Table runner fabric for the table. All right, so this is the cake table. I'm gonna do the same thing for my backdrop because I'm gonna DIY it and I'm gonna have to find everything by myself. So yeah, I just need to list everything in detail to make sure that I have everything set up and put together and there are no mistakes and no misses, all hits, no misses. Hello. So I'm vlogging this right after a braids disaster. I went to get my braids done. They were horrible. I just took them out and now I'm filming this haul for you because I promised I wanted to show you guys all the materials of the things that I have, because it's about the process. Not gonna lie, I cannot wait to see everything come together. I've been shopping since Tuesday. Today's Thursday. So today I did the last shopping. Let's start with what I got on Tuesday morning. I went to the bank, and right after the bank, there was this Chinese shop where they have a lot of fake flowers and decor materials. And wow, I saw these. I saw these for the second time. I went there with my friend first. I fell in love with these, and I knew that this is what I wanted for my birthday arrangements, both in the main table and in the cake table. So I got these three. I got these three first. And then when I was in the cashier, I was like, this is not enough because I want the arrangements to be somewhat full. So then I got another pack of the yellow ones. Is this yellow? Is like light brown. I just love this color. The beige. They're beige. The beige ones have to be my favorite. Like, first of all, if you know one thing about me, I love dried flowers more than fresh flowers. It just so happens that fresh flowers are more expensive, so my love for dried flowers comes in handy when it's time to decorate. Even in my previous house, I had like these ones in the kitchen, and then I had dried eucalyptus in my living room. I love dried flowers. For this one, I decided to just go with the pastel colors. I think it's gonna look so adorable. Same type of flower, and then I bought these ones because they were the cheapest. This is like the maize ones. So they were the cheapest, and I thought I needed to add a bit of height on the arrangement. So I think I'm going to use like 3 in each arrangement. I'm not sure how many are here, but pretty sure they're going to be enough. At some point, I was like, ooh, I needed more blue. But then I was like, you know what? Yeah, it's okay. Even if I put blue on the cake table only, I can leave the main table with pink and beige because they're a little bit expensive. They're $5, $6 a bunch. So, it adds up. It adds up. So that's what I got on Tuesday. Wait, and then I also got these for the cake table, so that the arrangements of the cake table are a bit more special. I think these are gonna look great in a vase, and then these ones in front of it. That was the idea. So I got 3 of these, and they were $2 each. And then I went to this place that also has, decoration items, and I got these two sponges. I'm gonna be using these to put the skewers, the pancake skewers, and then the fruit salad skewers. From here, you'll be able to see the skewers from a distance, and I think it's going to give a little bit of hump to the cake table. So I got 2 of these. That's all I got on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I got the khaki paper for the popcorn cones, although I gave up on the popcorn idea. Keep that in mind because I'm going to give you an update of things that I'm no longer doing. So this I'm no longer going to use, and it was like less than $1, so it's okay. I didn't lose money here. I got these cards, and they have like stripes. This is where I'm going to stick the table names that I'm going to print. So I'm going to print them on a paper, cut them out, and stick them somewhere, and these are going to be my table names. So I decided to go for white because the table is quite dark. My table mats are also dark, and they didn't have the pink that I wanted, so I went with white. And you guys will see me do the table names with these. So that was Thursday. Anything else for Thursday? Oh yeah, so on Thursday as well, on Wednesday as well. All of this is Wednesday now. I got these beautiful napkins. They had so many colors, so many varieties. It was hard to choose, but at the end of the day, I love small prints. My dress is a small print. It's from Uganda, by the way. I love this dress. I'm gonna wear it to death because I love the colors. Anyway, the napkins have a very small print that I think will go beautifully with the flowers. Yo, being a party decorator is so much fun. Like, this is the most fun part of throwing this party. And I think more fun than this will actually be seeing everything put together and everyone enjoying themselves. But I love the shopping and the putting things together. So I got 3 of these, 60 in total. And then I got 4 white cups. These are like sturdy paper cups. I got them because this is where I'm gonna place the napkins. They have this stupid rose right here. So what I decided is that this is my invitation. This is the flyer of my invitation. So I'm going to print this logo and stick it here so it becomes a bit personalized. I'm going to stick it on both sides so that people from both sides can see the logo, the Hello Turkey logo. And then I got these ribbons because I was thinking of hanging my photos like this. But then I was like, oh my God, I don't want to remove all my baby photos from my album. And then I'm not going to know where I play, like where each photo was placed before. Like, I'm pretty sure my mom put that album together, and I don't want to remove everything just to display it on a tree for a few hours, and then I don't know how I'm going to put it back. So I'm going to go to my parents' house today. I'm going to see my album. I'm going to see which photos are repeated, and I'm only going to take the repeated photos. Maybe I'll make a sign like of the placement in the album. And then, yeah, so these are the ribbons that I'm going to use for that, also for balloons. I think the last thing I got on Thursday was this material, which felt nostalgic because I once got this material to make this outfit. And when I saw it, like, I was like, wow, I'm going to use it for my birthday. I was 25 when I was wearing this, and now I'm 30. And I'm using this as like the table runner for my birthday. I'm also going to use bits of it on the cake table. Yeah, you guys will see that on the day because it's just hard to explain. So that was all I bought on Wednesday. Thursday, I had like a few things on my checklist that I hadn't bought yet. So this is what I got. So these are going to be the vases for the arrangements, and I'm so happy that they are, hexagonal. Oh, I love it. These were $1 each. I was so happy with the price because I was scared. I wanted to buy olives and then drain the olives and wash the flask and use that as for the arrangements. But I'm really glad I found these ones are so much more beautiful. And this flask is cheaper than buying actual olives. So I saved a lot of money. Girl math. I got 4 of these. So I have 4 arrangements and I have 4 napkin holders, which maybe I'll just do 3. We'll see. And then the last thing I got, which is something that I really wanted and I was afraid I was going to have to spend so much money or rent, are the vases for the cake table. So I went to this Chinese place and I got these 2 vases. it was such a hurdle to get them home. Like I was trying so hard not to break them because they don't provide you with a box. I think they want you to break things and buy them again. That's why they don't give you a box at checkout. But they made it, and now I hope they make it to the party location. So this is where this is gonna go, and I'm gonna put a few of these, and I think I'm gonna put water. I thought of putting rice, but then I was like, I would need a lot of rice. Like that's food. If I had sand, I could also put sand, but the sand I would have to go to the beach. It would be dirty. I think water is gonna be easier, even though dried plants do not need water. But can you see the vision? Ah, yes. Okay, and that's all I bought for the party. And then I started checking my, shopping list. The only things that were missing was the cake stand so that I can make the donuts like this. I'm gonna have to go to my mom's house and hope I can find her cake stand. It's a glass one, so I'm gonna have to be careful. But yeah, I don't wanna buy a cake stand. It's just it makes no sense to buy an actual cake stand. But I really want the donut cake thing to happen because that's going to be a moment, especially since I gave up on the popcorn idea. According to my sketch, they were going to go here at the side, but I realized that first of all, I don't want to buy baskets. Like I'm tired of buying things, so I don't want to buy the baskets. And also, if I had baskets with popcorns in the cones, anytime someone lifts a cone, the other cones would go wobbly and popcorn would fall. I don't want to have to buy anything else to assemble the popcorn. I think I have enough cakes, and the donuts are going to be basically a replacement. And just having to drive to the cinema to look for the popcorns, because I'm not going to be on my birthday party day making popcorn and putting sugar caramel for everyone. I know how to do that to myself to watch Netflix, but I don't want to do that in a big quantity because they can burn and then the taste is going to be funny. So we would have to go to the cinema to get the sweet popcorns. And then what if we go to the cinema and they don't have sweet popcorns or they're not ready? That's a stress that I don't want to put on myself because I'll be pissed, because I'll be very invested in the vision. And I would be pissed if the cinema didn't make sweet popcorns on that morning because I would have to figure that out in the morning. So I told my bestie, we really wanted the popcorns, but let's let them go because it's a bit far as well to go to the cinema. It's like by the beach. We need to be around the city center to fetch everything. So no more popcorns. Maybe on another birthday or one day if I host friends, I'll make that idea happen. I'm gonna put the two vases in the placement of the popcorns, and thank God I have more cakes to display. Another update. Was there any other update? Because I'm still working with the checklist that I made last time. Yeah, I got my Hello Turkey signal. I ordered that. I also paid for a balloon arrangement for my backdrop. That's like almost $150. That was pricey. But they're gonna come and assemble the balloons and make a beautiful arch. Because I realized that I hate one thing about me, I hate balloons. But on Wednesday, I realized that, things were looking rather empty. And I went on Pinterest for hours and I realized that balloons are the only things that give volume and the boom of like, this is a party. Like balloons are the only thing. And I hate because they pollute so much. I'm going to have to throw them all on the trash at the end. They're so bad for the environment. But for the aesthetics, balloons are the only thing that do it. And I realized that, I don't like the look of colorful balloons or whatever. So they're going to be doing an arrangement of white balloons and beige and transparent because I just want the volume. Hello, hello, hello. Today is Friday, December 1st, and I'm officially 30 years old. Guys, I couldn't have had a better start of the day, a better day, basically. I had a horrible night of sleep. Let's not even go there. I start fresh. I woke up. I realized that I didn't had enough sleep, but I started editing my life diaries, the one that went up before this. And then I went to the place to get my head wrap because of my hair disaster. Then I went to get my nails done. I love my nails. I love my little turkey. You guys will see a close up when I'm in the party. I love my toes. This is the best pedicure I've ever done. And I'm going to show more about me getting ready on the next video after this one. So today is the day that I reserved to assemble everything with the materials that I have. I have my checklist here, my plans, my cake table plan, sketch, whatever. I have all the materials that I showed you guys on the haul just now. And I have these papers that I went to print. This is like so yada. This is a prompt for people to write me messages because I love words of affirmation. That's my love language. So people can write me letters. I printed 40 of these. Each of them gets one chance to get it right. So yeah, let me get cracking. This is the best part about this. I'm very grateful that I get to spend my birthday, having a soft day and doing beautiful things. I don't take this for granted at all. This is really fun. It's a weekday. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to work. Actually, I have a job, but I'm going to postpone it until Sunday. So yeah, I'm so happy. I love my life. I love my flowers. I love my napkins. I love my cups. Let's get cracking. Not sure about that one. Not sure, but I like the vibe. And I always wanted to put flowers in that bag, so it's nice to see that vision materialize. These are the leftovers. I'm so happy I didn't buy extra blue flowers because I would be crying right now. These are beautiful. I can even give it to my mom or my friend. So in love, I don't care what they say. Good morning. It's party day today. I'm downstairs the building. I came here to pick up I love my outfit, by the way. I came here to pick up my table. It looks so big. I hope it fits. Let me show you guys. So this is a table and I hope it's gonna fit. It's very big. There's just so much space. I'm so glad I did the flower arrangements and I'm so glad I did the table planning because there's so much space. So now I'm getting the chairs. I got a truck with me. I hired a truck to help me move things around. These are the table mats. I'm so excited. They look beautiful. And they went to get the chairs. At this point, everything started being late. I got to the location at 3 o'clock and my party was supposed to start at 4. So I got super busy laying down the table, the backdrop, the cake table, everything according to my vision. No one else knew what I wanted. So I had to do most things myself and I couldn't even film a time lapse to show you guys. But here are the results. I loved the table with the table names, the pop of yellow. I think it looked even more beautiful than I was expecting, and the arrangements gave the touch that I wanted them to give. This was my cake that my cousin made for me in exchange of Instagram promo. I was so happy about it that I didn't have to pay for a cake. She did a very good job, and I took some of the flowers from my arrangements for her to put on the cake. This is exactly what I wanted with a touch of pink and not too much going on. This is the look of my table. This is what I envisioned. Not really, because clearly you can see that the table is super big. Obviously, I'm not a party decorator. Otherwise, I would have known that, proportion wise, the table would be very sparse and empty. Once it was ready, I was like, yeah, this is why people pay for party decorators, because they would have come up with more ideas on how to fill up the table. Obviously, I was on a budget and I thought what I had was enough, but the table was indeed very big. However, we were able to manifest some ideas, the fruit skewers you can see on your left, the pancake skewers on the right. They didn't turn out beautiful, but that's what they could come up with. And then I have the donuts and chocolate and coconut squares on that little cake stand that you can see. We weren't able to find a cake stand to put the donuts under the cake, so that wasn't manifested. But overall, I think the balloons and the Hello Turkey were such a good investment because they basically make up the whole scenario. I wish I had more fabric. I wish I had more flowers or more things to fill up the table, but at the same time, that would have gotten me over my budget. This was the best I could come up with. This was my final cake table in her glory. However, that whole balloon thing with the backdrop fell, guys. It fell on my cake table, it destroyed my cake, and it broke the right hand vase. Yeah, that happened, and here's proof. Devíamos ter tirado a foto do bolo. Oh my god. É que ninguém vai acreditar se dissermos. Não, vão achar que é mentira. Yep, that was that. My dream cake table was destroyed in a matter of seconds. There was no cake, no aesthetically pleasing cake. I felt really bad for my cousin because she put so much effort into this. She was looking forward to like me promoting. Thank God she took photos of the cake before the disaster happened. So now the course of action was to find a new cake, and I really wanted a cake that looked good because photos, hello. At this point, I was sweating. I decided to go back home, get a new shower because I was sweating. I was super stressed out. I mean, I wasn't stressed out. I was just sweating and I needed to figure out the cake thing because, mind you, we are supposed to cut the cake at half 4 and it's already 10 to 4. So this was definitely going to be a late one. As you can see, the vibes were nice and very cozy. And one of the best things I did for my birthday was this birthday quiz, in which I asked people questions such as what was my first car? What was the name of my primary school? What was the name of my kindergarten? When did I get depressed and dropped out of uni? Things like that. And my friend of almost 10 years, she was the one who won the quiz because obviously she knew all of these bits and pieces about my life. Thank you for knowing me so much. Tira! 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 So it's been a few days since the birthday, and I thought it would be very important to include, my thoughts and revelations about the birthday. I just filmed this makeup look for my Get Ready With Me video, which is gonna be up after this one. I didn't have time to film myself getting my makeup done on my birthday date because right after I went to the place to make sure the chairs were there, the balloons were done, I decided to come back home and finish up the playlist because I didn't want to spend money on a DJ. Um, because you never know, sometimes people leave your party, and imagine you pay for a DJ and everyone is gone for other parties, the clubbing parties. So, yeah, I didn't want to pay for a DJ. I decided to download a few mixes and songs like from the 2010s, which are my favorites, so that everyone would have that nostalgia moment on the dance floor. So that's what I did. It took me much longer than I anticipated. I finished everything at 10 to 3. My party was supposed to start at 4. And as you can see, the cake was destroyed. But I realized that the lady of the balloons told me that we needed to secure that thing with a cord. Because of the wind, it was going to fall. So at some point, we were actually looking for a string to hold it. But I was just so all over the place that I forgot to remind the guy that we needed to secure the backdrop, and it fell on the cake, and everyone was shocked. Everyone was suddenly super down and upset about it, and I was like, you know what, guys, it's okay. Like we still like the party still looks good. We have a lot to finish. The guests will be coming soon. Like let's not cry about a cake. I can easily go and buy a cake after I get dressed. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like I wasn't sad. There was no moment in which I thought, this is it, the party's over, like my cake is gone, and I broke one of the vases. There was only one vase left. The thing with me is that I was obsessed with my vision, and I had planned to take photos during the birthday, or I mean before the guests arrived. I had planned to create all my birthday content before the guests arrived. So it was literally 3:30 or 3:40, and I was like, oh my god, I'm still sweating, like things are still not finished, the cake has just gone to hell, like I'm not going to be able to get my content. And listen, my content is so important to me, especially after all the money I spent on that party. I wanted to get my content. So I was like, you know what, like, yeah, just go home, shower, because I was sweating at that point. I went home, I came home, I showered, I put myself together, put my heels on, and then I went on a cake hunt. So I checked three places and they didn't have a cake. One of the places had a very small and ugly cake, and I was like, no, this is not what I imagined for my photos. Like, I don't want that cake. I was low key still looking for an aesthetically pleasing cake because I was obsessed with the vision, right? So I looked for the cake, nothing, and then I was like, you know what? Let me just go to the party. I arrived at the party again. There's like a few guests already came in. No one came on time, by the way. Everyone came after 4, which is a very Mozambican thing. And here I am, like my besties, like trying to find the cake, going to the outskirts of town, trying to find the cake. We waited for a cake until 7. That's when I asked my cousin to take a photo of me, a video. I was like, I need to get my content. So I took a few photos, and I felt really bad because I felt like I was being very narcissistic. My guests are there, and here I am, like making sure my cousin is getting all of my angles. And I was like, okay, this is a bit narcissistic. Let me stop. I'm not going to get good content from my party, but it's fine. Let me just enjoy the people that came here for me, and let's find the cake. So eventually, my sister found the cake. It was 7 p.m. The sun was like literally almost gone. So that was the time in which I cut the cake. It was supposed to be 4:30 p.m., but I cut my cake at 7. It was beautiful. Like my friends, my sister, they gave me the most beautiful speeches. I love words of affirmations, so I really enjoyed that. And my bestie, she made this thing for me where people would also leave me messages. So all of my, not all, most of my guests were able to leave me like messages and wishes and vows. And probably the most unique thing I had going on the party, the whole time I was questioning myself, why did the cake had to like get ruined? Why did the thing had to fall on the cake? Why did the thing had to fall on the cake? I couldn't understand. I was like, universe, what the hell are you trying to teach me? Why would my cake get ruined? Mind you, my cousin made the cake as a way to promote her business through my birthday party. So I was like, what is happening? Like everything was so perfect with that cake. That cake was so beautiful. Why did it have to be ruined? I asked them to actually cut the cake and serve the people, and the bakery cake was just for me to cut, symbolically. But people actually ate the broken cake in pieces. So then I just didn't understand why the cake had to be ruined, because everything else was perfect. I organized this thing for a whole week. Eventually, like after the party, me and my bestie, like you see, we were packing things up, and she was like, all right, so tomorrow we come back to take the photos. And I just had an epiphany. I'm like, yes, of course we are coming back to take the content, because the balloons look beautiful. Everything looks beautiful. I don't have to have the cake on my videos, on my photos. That's when I was like, I think I know why the backdrop fell on the cake. It was literally to stop me from taking photos first, when my guests are there. Like I was late for the whole content photo shoot. I was late for that. My guests were arriving, and I was trying to get the shots and the angles, and that was like a bit like self-absorbed, so I had to cut that out. And most people in Mozambique, they arrive late to the party. So if you say 4 p.m., they're going to arrive at 6. If you say 3 p.m., they're going to arrive at 5. If you say 2 p.m., they're going to arrive at 4. That's a very cultural issue in Mozambique. So people will never be on time and they don't even care about it. So I feel like the cake, my plan was to cut my cake at half 4, regardless, because I was so fixated on the content and the photos and the videos with the sunlight and golden hour that I was like, I'm going to cut my cake at half 4, regardless of who's there. I want my content. I'm the one paying for this thing. I need to get my shots. I need to look cute. I need the golden hour to like bathe the scenery. I want to see everybody. I want everyone to see me. So I was literally adamant going to cut my cake. And you guys know I'm a very independent person. Like I do my thing regardless if anyone's there or not. So I was like, as long as my bestie and my sister are there, I'm going to cut my cake at half 4. So with me going looking for the cake until 5, arriving late, the guests were also still arriving. Most of my guests arrived from 5:30 to 6 p.m. That's when most of them arrived, all like in bunches. And by the time I was able, my sister found the cake, which was 7 p.m. We were able to cut the cake. I had all of these special people witnessing that moment in which I was cutting my cake. My sister was giving me a beautiful speech. My other friends gave me beautiful speeches. So it was just so beautiful. Had my cake not been ruined, I would have cut my cake without half of those people. I would have cut my cake. It would have just been me and like 10 other guests because I was so obsessed with the content, with the photos, with the way the photos were going to look, the videos of me cutting the cake and eating the cake. I was so obsessed with the content that I was literally willing to cut my cake without most of my guests. So that's when I was like, aha, that's the lesson. That's why my cake was ruined and I had to look for a cake for so long because I had to have all of the people that I invited witness me cutting the cake, even though it wasn't the aesthetically pleasing cake. But you know, it was more than that. It was about the words and the cheering and yeah. So that was the biggest lesson I learned on my birthday was like forget about content. You know, when it comes to an event in which you invite people, focus on actually being present and enjoying the moment. If anything goes wrong, whatever, you know. So I'm very happy at how things turned out. Everyone enjoyed the party. Even my sister, my bestie, they were like, the environment was so good. We played a few games. I did a quiz. That part was really fun. And then I created another game, which was they had to guess the word. I would say a word and they had to guess which word I was talking about through synonyms. So that was also really fun. I learned that having games at your party is amazing because at some point people get bored of talking to each other. Like they want something to dedicate their attention to. So if you have a game, if you have like a quiz, trivia, something like that is super fun. I wish I had added more questions to my quiz and added more words to the word game. But that was fun. We had two winners and after that it was just about going to the dance floor and dancing and many people started leaving the party to go to other parties, the festivals and the clubs. People usually go there at 9, 10 p.m. So then I also realized that it would have been a waste of money to have a DJ because my party for most people was like a dinner where they eat and replenish themselves before they go out in the night. So I realized that my timing was perfect. Everyone arriving at 6 was perfect and leaving by 10 was perfect. It's just that I cared too much about the sunlight. But yeah, I learned my lesson and I loved throwing this party. I enjoyed it so much. Would I do it again? I'm not sure. Like the moment of the whole thing falling down, I was like, wow, I'm never doing this again. But looking back, I would do it again. And I think I would decorate the party myself, but I would make sure I have other professionals just overseeing what I'm doing so that there are no disasters. My cousin actually told me, put the cake on the fridge. But I was like, no, I want people to come in and see the table put together. The cake never made it to the vision. So yeah, that's pretty much what I learned from the birthday. But again, I would do it all over again. I had a lot of fun and I look back at that weekend so fondly. The weather was perfect. It's been raining this past weekend. And I was like the universe really pulled out to my birthday. Sunny day, 2 sunny days on a row. And yeah, I loved it. It was worth every penny. I'm so happy my guests were happy. They enjoyed the food, they enjoyed the drinks. And I'm just so happy. It really felt like a big girl moment for me. Like I'm really 30. I really did that. And I'm going to continue doing more. So I thought I would quickly share with you guys what I got for my birthday. At first I was like, I should tell the guests that I don't want any gifts because I'm always traveling. I cannot carry objects with me. I also don't want to ask anyone for money, so they should just come. And that was me being a control freak. And then eventually I was like, you know what, Yara, if people want to give you gifts, if that's the way they want to transmit that, they love me or they appreciate being at my party, just let them do whatever they want. And thankfully I didn't get that many gifts, but I got a few. The first thing, this is the hello that was on the backdrop. And at first, I wanted to give this away to another girl who's going to turn 30. But looking at it, I realized that no, I want to keep it. Like, I want to have it in my future house. I can put it in the bathroom or something for the guests. So, yeah, it's very well made. Very, very well made. It's so beautiful. I love the font. You can probably see the camera there, my phone. So, yeah, I'm keeping the hello. And this is a gift from me to me. My cousin got me a massage, a Swedish massage at a spa. This is one of my favorite gifts ever. I love massages and I love vouchers to get massages, to get my nails done, treatments. I love doing this stuff for free or on someone else's money. I got one book by a Mozambican author. My friend told me that I'm gonna love this, and I'm so excited because, to be honest, I don't read Mozambican authors. Don't ask me why. I just don't. Maybe because I tend to read books in English. This one is in Portuguese. I think I'm gonna love it. It's small. I cannot wait to dig into this. I just haven't found the time yet. Too much content to create. And then I got this book by Matthew Quick. It's something to do with luck and destiny. I wouldn't be able to translate it in English, but should be a nice one, like self-help, philosophy, reflection, psychology, anyway. And then one of my friends got me a bikini, a red bikini, which is a new color for me. I don't have any red bikinis, and I cannot wait to be at the beach and wear this with like a nice straw hat. I can already see the vision. And then I got this iman for my fridge, my future fridge. It says "My love, Mozambique." Usually, when people are riding in a truck and they hold each other, we call it "My love" here in Mozambique. So this is a very Mozambican thing to have. Cannot wait to put it on my fridge. And then from myself to myself, I went to a natural store where I got Palo Santo that I already burned because this Airbnb is trying me. I promise you, this place is trying me. So I had to burn some Palo Santo the other day. And I also got these two candles because both of them smell amazing. And this is for me to manifest buying a house, basically. Yeah. I think turning 30 really made me realize that I want to own a house as soon as possible. It doesn't matter where in the world. I want to own a house. I want to have a place for my things. I want to have a place to sleep where I know the conditions in which I'm going to sleep. I'm always switching beds, switching rooms, switching energies. And I hope I can buy a house as soon as possible. My bank account doesn't know about that. Don't tell it. Don't tell it. But I hope I can buy a house as soon as possible. And I gifted myself these two candles. I'm not gonna take them with me. I'm just gonna leave them at my parents' house at my little box of things. And I hope to display them, in my house very soon. This one is called Natura. They are by the brand Aroma de Luge. I think it's a Cape Verdean brand, not really Mozambican, but Cape Verdean. And this one is a sweeter gourmand candle. They smell so good. I'm gonna burn them like today to celebrate finishing this video.